this user password is okay. This is the user 00001. Password is this one. Let me see. Oh, it's working. Now you can see. I can see lot of the tabs, right? I mean, different uh, tabs I can see. Okay. So now user is like Anirudh. So if I choose another user, so it could also, as per the rights or authorization scheme that we set, based on that, he will able to see the reports, the layouts, buttons, pages, everything like so that's the difference between the authentication and the authorization. Okay, so I mean
And
for this is Mhm.
this is custom authorization, not the authorization that is there by default
No, no,
schema
yeah,
approach.
yes. I mean, but currently I am just talking about the authorization and the
Oh, okay.
authentication. I mean, for example, if we use the social sign-in or any other, right? So maybe we will, I mean, authenticate via our Azure AD directory, right? But, anyhow, concept would be I mean, the same. Like that's but for now I am just talking about the basic concept. Like this is, once we log in, that part is authentication, and whatever you can see, you can make your own I mean structure, so you can create your own architecture, like user architecture as per your requirement. So that's the authorization. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
now coming to your point, like that you were saying, so now going back to the app builder and custom authentication app that I already have, going to the shared component, going to the authentication. As of now, I have I mean, I have integrated three kind of authentications. I mean over here. Okay, so Apex application Express authentication. That's the Apex authentication by default. Custom I have set up. Nobody. I mean this is the no authorization means public, right? App is public, does not have any security key. That's the public. So, but let's click on the create. Click on the scratch for now. So I just wanted to show you. You can see. Okay, choose the application. No copy scheme. Sorry, cancel this one. Just go to the custom authentication. Here you can see scheme type. So these are the scheme types that we have. I mean, HTTP header variable. This is something I think database level we can set. Open door credentials. I mean, these are the different kind of schemes. Like for example, if we it is just as per the uh, whatever the requirements that we have, right? For example, if we are dealing with some gaming if I created some gaming app, right? So it should have the users will come from the Facebook, Instagram, and so on. In that case, I need social sign in, right? So if I know I need to create my own custom architecture, everything is mine. I need to create my own tables. I need to create, I need to store password in my own created database. Then I can choose custom authentication. But database accounts, I mean, LDAP directory. So these are the other type of authentications. It all depends on the, whatever the requirements that we have. I mean, right? But it will do the same thing. It will just authenticate the user. These are different types. Okay. So let's come to the custom authentication. So I will tell you today, I mean, how to configure the custom authentication. Okay, that's the most commonly used authentication type. Okay, so here you can see is current. Yes means this is the current authentication scheme. Okay, so let's click on this one. I just created, by filling some forms, like I just clicked on the create and then choose the custom authentication type, and that's it. I will tell you the settings that I have. I mean, see, in the custom authentication, basically what we need to do, first step we need to do is the, uh, I mean, if there is any code, we can write the code from the here as well. But I have created the, database function for it that I mean, that holds all the concepts, like, that will help me to authenticate the user, either the user is valid or not. Okay, so all the logic is handled in this function, custom authentication. Okay, and means like whenever go to the login page, it will authenticate the user. That's it. These are the basic properties that we have. Okay, scheme type is authentication, and then I called one function which is known as to be custom authentication. Okay, so this is the first step for the authentication creation. Now let's go back to the vehicle workshop and object browser. Like, here you can see this function I have created. What I am saying, I this is my own custom auth function where I am creating the user entries. Like, we
Okay.
can create forms in the Apex as well. Currently, I think I have form or not. Need to check, but we can create, right? You can create a table from the back end, right? You can create a form in the front end to handle the user's data, what is required for the authentication. For example, this user master, I think I have click on the user master. So this is nothing, just a form, right? This is
Mm.
what coming from the this table, right? Custom. You can create a form on that. I mean, how to create the manual forms as well. We have a
Yeah.
session. I think Aman was not there that time, but we have created some manual forms as well. Or you can create interactive grid now, right? You are familiar how to create interactive grid. So based on that, just go to click on create button, enter the user ID, and choose what could be its group. For example, I have created one, uh, you know, small structure like user group could be either, it could be admin, finance, operations, or Oracle guy, or as per your requirement, you can customize. If it is your schooling, you can add like student, faculty, and then they can choose their department, whatever department they have, and just fill the data, and you can add the passwords, and then uh, click on the create or apply change button, right? That's and this function is just basic PL/SQL. Like, if it will check, just from this function it will just check the count, like, right? It will take username and password, which is nothing, just a this one. Username would be whatever we are typing, like it will take username and then password. Once I click on sign in, it will go to this function. I mean, because we are calling this function, it will take username and password, and it will check in our table either username and password uh, are matching or not. If the count is exist, I mean it is already exist in the table, it will return true, means it will allow the user to enter in.
Mm.
Otherwise it will say return false, means show error, right?
Mm.
Let's suppose I said return true, else return true, means
Yeah.
what does it mean? It means even if I write the wrong ID password, it will allow me to enter,
Mm.
right? So this is how I manage with the help of function. So do you have any questions for now?
No, using this, basically, we can have our own custom table and maintain our own username passwords. And
Exactly.
mm, and
Now you will. Mhm.
mm, we can also point to the database username and password also using this method.
Yeah, like if you know the table, you can pass. Just use that table.
Mm.
I mean, if this is just a database table, this is a database table that I have created. This is custom auth is database table. It could be any name, username, user master. This is, I mean, my custom table coming from the database.
Uh-huh.
This is my table. I mean, custom table. I have created this, and even I can add columns. I can modify the data because this is I am the owner of this table. Like,
Okay.
any questions? Okay, I mean, I think you should ask like, I just called custom authentication, right? Over here, I just write custom authentication. I not pass any parameter, but how it is taking username and password, right? This is username, this is password, but I did not pass it anywhere. It could be multiple parameters as well, right? So how it is automatically capturing this function as these parameters. Okay, so let's go to the login page. Now, second step is go to the login page because I need to call map this with the sign in as well, right? Because I need to when I need to call, I need to authenticate once I click on the sign in button anyhow, right?
Yeah.
So here you can see we are already setting the username and cookies, right? I am already passing Apex note Apex authentication send login username cookie username with this one. Uh, this is username cookie. Just I mean default coming. This is sorry custom auth. This is the custom API provided by the Oracle Apex. You will be once you will. That's the custom. You know. This is how I am mapping my function with the username and password. Right. This is taking username and password from here, and this custom auth means it will take the function name from the custom authentication scheme. That's okay. So this is how uh, custom authentication works. I mean, we are just passing username and password, and every logic is handled by this function. That's it. It will allow us to log in.
Now, after we log in, where we land, landing page,
Yeah,
how is that
landing
work?
page. Yeah, landing page is the home page. Like I think we talked about that. There was a session day before yesterday, or maybe 2 days back. There was a setting in the I think this one user interface attribute when we are talking landing page login URL. Here is the login URL. Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Here
yeah.
we are
Okay.
setting it will go
Yeah.
to the home page like this is home URL page
Hmm.
number one like
Yeah.
this is how like we are setting the where it will go after landing. I mean.
Hmm.
And I mean that's all about the custom authentication. So now you have an idea like how to create it. Like you can create your own custom function and just call it in the authentication scheme. That's it. Like it will start working. Okay. So next is like that is just a set of rules. I mean it could be constant. If you do first time you will know how to do next time. So
Hmm.
only first time it could be little challenging. Okay, so this is the first thing. But second thing in authorization, once authentication happens, now second thing will come into picture with that is the authentication, right? Let's suppose that I can see very less tabs here. So right, so there could be some authorization like applied on these things. Let me go to the navigation menu. This is navigation menu, right? And how to go to this page? Go to the shared component navigation menu and then desktop navigation menu. Okay, so here you can see go to the any of the page like this one. Let's see, app user name is admin, means it is only visible to the admin once we create authentication. There was, I mean, at the time we are filling the data, there is one thing in the table like either the user is admin operation oracle which did right user group, right?
Yeah.
In the user master table, we are storing the user underscore groups. So with the help of the user group, I have written here is app username in admin. Now, what is this app username? What is this? This is application item, right? We have created some application processes and items. So, app username. Go to here. What it is saying
This is
is
inbuilt.
taking. No, 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 no. I have created already.
Oh, okay. So these
App user.
application processes you have created already ahead
Yes,
of
yes,
time.
yes, yes. Because see, page item or will not work, right? Because we need to implement throughout the application, right?
Hmm.
So for that, we need application process. So we have already created some of the application processes. I mean, I'm not sure like you remember or not. And setting some time value, set date and time over here using the application item, and it will be applicable throughout the whole application. Like we have created some application processes and application items. So that was application name. I was created in this one. Firstly, I created application item here, and after that I created one application process, because whatever custom, I mean, authorization and authentication are at application level. These settings are at application level. No, and after that page level things will come, right? So this is something which is at application level, right? Navigation menu is at application level, not at page level. So what I am saying, I just passing from here a user group. What is user group? User group is this one, right? Oracle admin, whatever the groups that we have, it will take from my table, and then it will see based on the user id is equal to app user. App user is what? I mean, if you know, like, remember, like, what is app user? So app user basically like holds the user details, like who logged in, right? If I logged in as a Sahil, so my app user would be Sahil. Currently, I logged in as a uh, 4 times 05 user, right? So in that case, 4 times 05 could be my app user. Okay. So I am just taking the username. So I am saying if user group is equal to, whatever the user I choose, so, based on the user group, it will pull out its user id and display it here. Like, I mean, if it is authenticated, if it has the right, only then the style will be enabled, otherwise it will not. But
Hmm.
I have hard coded it there, it is only visible for the admin, right? But I logged in as a 4 times 05. This user is Oracle user, this is not admin. This one user, this is admin, this is not admin. If I logged in as a 4 times 01, then I am able to see it. If I logged in as a 4 times 01, then only I am able to see it. Logged in, I am able to see it because this user is admin, right? Now I'm going to my form. Okay, this is my form. I edit this one, 000 1 2 3 4. For example, let's take, let's do one thing. Let's go to here. Go, this is data. This is Oracle. I am saying this is admin. Okay, I save it. Okay, and this is, now I logged it. Log out as a 001 user and login as a 005. What is that? This user. Previously, three tabs were visible to me. Now you can see. I can see
Mm.
all the time because I am admin now, right?
Yeah.
Change
Yeah.
my email. So this is how, I mean, we can manage our roles and rights.
Mm.
This is just
But this is
backend
a
table.
but this custom auth is a custom table,
Yeah, this is custom table.
and that
It
user
could
group
be,
is user group doesn't map to the Azure or Active Directory.
yes, yes, it is
It's
not mapped.
just a group. We just named it anything that we wanted.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But I will tell you one thing that is very interesting thing. Let's go to the app and let's go to any app. For example, custom auth. For example, if you are working with the there is no option. See, yeah, remove servers. See, for example, once you are working with the Active Directories, na, right? So
Uh-huh.
only you have to create. You have to. I will tell you again. Go to the workspace utilities. Go to the like shared component. Click on the remote servers. This remote server. This is option. So just click here. Create one credentials. I mean remote servers. It could be your authentication, right?
Hmm.
Endpoint URL, your Azure directory URL, where you want to redirect for the authentication, right? It could be your URL of the Azure AD directory if you are working with, with the SSO implementation or the Azure AD directory.
Yeah.
So whatever the URL that you will get from there now, from the end
Mm.
client, from your client, you can just put it here, and there could be some sort of, there could be a configuration procedure or there could be some static identifier or something like that.
Right.
You
Right.
can just choose that and just fill the details, and it will automatically, configured here. That's it. Like,
Ah, okay. So using this, we can actually do single sign-on.
yeah, yeah, right, right. Single sign-on. Or if there is a file server and if there is any credentials from the API or whatever the details, like because we have visibility for all mostly,
Ah.
right? You can just paste on the details that you have. You can just create the. It will take. It will be add on new layer of authentication, right?
Hmm.
So that's all about the authentications. And now we are talking about the authorization. So authorization is what? See, in Oracle Apex, if we go to the any page means any page. This page. Okay. So once you go to the page, for example, this page, if you search for the authentication, you can see you will be able to see the security attribute as a authorization. I mean, sorry, yeah, authorization. You can go to the this region interactive grid, search authorization. You can see. Go to the any page item.
Hmm.
So based on your requirement, not even the pages, you can customize the buttons as well. I mean, grids, buttons, even page items,
Hmm.
right? For example, I am saying if I logged in as a user, I mean, if I am admin, I could be able to see CC charge ID because this is only visible to the admin part. Otherwise, uh, this will not visible. It is only visible to the admins. But for
Ah.
others, page should be visible, but this one should not. This is my requirement, for example. So what I can do, and I need to apply this on 15 pages,
Hmm.
right? So how I can do that? So I can go to the firstly I need to I there could be any select statement, right? I
Hmm.
can write if select star from table name where username or user group is equal to admin, right?
Hmm.
There could be a select statement. For example, application process I have already here, right? Let's take this code for now. Let's see. Go to the shared component. Let's create one authentication authorization. Go to the authorization. I'm going to create one scheme from scratch. Let's see. Okay. What is the name? It name could be charge ID admin, right? Because it could relate to the charge IDs. Charge visible admin means charge ID charge should be only visible to the admins. I will choose its type. It's just a exist SQL query or whatever, right? I can choose anything. SQL means just remove begin or end. So you can see I have created this one charge visible admin, right? Now I go to this page. I come to this page. I click edit this one. I said I search for the authorization. I choose charge visible admin. Okay. Save it. Come back. This is admin. I am currently admin. It is visible. Let's suppose I am saying user 5 is not admin. It's Oracle user. This page, this charge ID, visible. Okay, save it. This it is saving. So once it is applied, uh, and I mean, if this user is not admin, this will not visible. If this is user is admin, then it is visible. I mean, you got the concept now, like
Yeah, I mean, we can actually control each component programmatically where
yes,
what is visible and through authorization.
right, right.
And yeah, okay.
Mhm. You are saying something?
I was going to say, um, I think you already did show, but how do you apply which authorization will be applicable for which page or at which instance? I think you went through it, but
Mhm.
which authorization would be applicable because you can create multiple authorization, right?
Yes, yes. Usually, I mean, what we usually do, I mean, instead of creating multiple authorization, We can create one global package for that, right? Or function for that, right? So for example, what I am doing here is I'm just simply writing the SQL queries, right?
Mhm.
But what we can do, uh, we can write a simple function for that that will accept username, their department name, right, and their page number. I mean, as a parameter. So
Mhm.
whatever page we are, for example, now I'm at page number this one 71. So I will pass page number, page name, and the required parameters. And based on that, I will like return which whatever I need to make it happen for for each page or for each component, right?
Mhm.
So that is how like we can usually manage like for each page. Like there could be each function that will have some basic
And,
concepts like
and there can be multiple authorizations for different regions or different
yes,
items
yes,
on the
yes,
same page. Yeah.
right, right.
Mhm.
But let me show you if I have already created it. I mean, let me show you one thing. I mean, I think uh, that's basically kind of architecture kind of work. Like your architecture is design. I
Yeah.
mean, how it's so that it should not be messed up, right?
Mhm.
It will design some centric approach like for each page, and based on that, program will be written, and same program would be applicable or function could be applicable, uh, on each page. So based on the, for example, on this page, like you can just apply the program, it will automatically, visible you the whatever the components required, right? For example, this is one thing like user master. Firstly, you need to create a one page, one table which contains username and user ID, right? And the passwords. That's the basic thing, right? That's
Mhm.
the one basic form along with the groups which it belongs to which department, right? Now we have information. Now coming to the masters part, user group master that will have uh, there are some errors for user objects. Let me see. Yeah, for each page, for each page, you can assign privileges, right? For example, one, two, three, four. For four pages, I write page name, I pass page number, and then I choose user group, right?
Mhm.
This page belongs to admin, right? This page belongs to finance. This page belongs to Oracle. This page belongs to Oracle, right? It could be with the you can introduce one more thing like you can introduce a read or read write access, right? If it could be read write, buttons could be visible. If it is not read write, it could not be visible, like something like
Mhm.
that. So based on your whatever the structure that you have created, it will be applicable, right? And
Mhm.
then like you can see now coming to the next part, which is next page. There is one privilege. User group is admin. Page title is lazy loading, and page number is 34. Let's go to page number 34. What is lazy loading report? That is the name of the page, right? Page number is 34. 34. User group is admin. Admin has insert right, update right, delete right, right? All the three rights. But Oracle also has the right to, access to this page. But it could be uh, insert. It is not up. No means this means no could be not insert, but only update and delete rights. It cannot insert the data, but it can update the data and delete the data.
Mhm.
Similarly, you can add multiple. Firstly, you need to create like database structure for that, like ER diagrams, you can say, or pages, some foreign key, primary key things. And once that is ready, you can just create a program of it, and then you can just combine that
Okay.
to work on single application. Like that's it. Insert, update, or delete. For example, it could be possible Oracle user have only has the update right. He does not have the insert rights, but admin has all the rights. Similarly, we can create other or another page, the right. So you can also this you can type the page number, page name. You can choose the insert, update, delete, whatever the rights, right? You can choose the user groups, admin or Oracle, right? Based
Mm,
on the user groups you selected, page titles will be automatically loaded, right? If I choose Oracle, these two are loaded. And data is coming from which one? This tab that we seen previously,
mm,
right? Admin is selected, this will automatically come. You can add the privilege, add the page number, and then it will create. But in backend, I mean, if your PLSQL is like good, you can create a procedure or function, right? That will accept the page name, page number, or something like that. If it is has the insert right, you will be able to create your authentication authorization based on that. Okay,
mm.
like that's all like about the authentications and the authorizations. Like uh, so this is the small structure that I have already, so I just showed it to you because if I used to create in front of you, it will take much time, but it was already created, so hence I just showed it to you for your having some basic ideas like how
Mm,
to implement that. But it could be another approach. I choose like page wise, I mean I choose these pages. So instead of pages, like you can create different things, like for each page, like text slider, you can get three privileges: text slider read, text slider like insert, update, and delete. Like first privilege could be for this page, text slider C for create, and then U for update, and then similarly D for delete. So based on the structures that you have created, you will program your code, right? And
mm.
on each page, like at authentication level, you can call it, right? And it will automatically whatever the it returns from the backend or from the function, you can just call, get an idea, like, right?
Okay. And the because the authorization and authentication is actually a shared component, so we can use those across applications.
Yeah, across the applications we can use authentication, yes, and authorization across the application. For each application, there could be a separate authentication and authorization like
Yeah, okay.
schemes. Shared component, authentication, and authorization.
Yeah, okay. Mm.
Anything like or any questions that are coming?
What do you say, Praj?
It could be anything like related to this or
See, like, we are seeing all of these pages that have like login details and stuff. Do we need to like have them in the application, or can we do all of this in the back end? Because like we can have these pages and only have them be shown to like developers and stuff, but what if you don't want to have these pages at all?
yeah, yeah, good question. I mean, yeah, for each time, for example, currently my application has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, or eight modules or pages or list downs we have, right? So if my client is saying they need departments data, right? So they will create one, story for it, like, or as per the requirement story, like department. They need an as a
Mm-hmm.
end user they need a department tab, and that is visible to the you know admin groups only, with the insert with the all the access, finance user with the update access, and oracle user with only read access, and for others it should not be visible, right? So you all, what you need to do, you need to just go to, for example, user master, and then you need to create and list down, uh, you know uh, you need to choose a group, and based on that you need to do entry for the newly created page. That could be your department page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Firstly you will go to the, for example, user master. Here you will see these are the user masters, and then objects, I think. Yeah. So here you need to create list entry, I mean one entry. So where you will map admin with the department page, and then you will create one new row, like I mean one row will be created right here. Then these admin will be mapped with the department table. Finance, the another entry for finance will be mapped with the department table, and then so on. You can go to the other tab, and then do the privileges based on your I mean requirements, like, and then it will automatically apply to the
Oh, okay.
newly created pages, like. Any other questions? So now let's see how to create a users in the Oracle Apex. Go to the shared component.
Yeah.
This is it.
On the
That you
other
can
page,
see.
other page you had um, the validation of the data on that is entered in the screen using JS and Ajax. Yeah.
Oh, these are okay. So these are pages like that I mean created long ago. Like sometimes, like I have a requirement, like user don't want to submit page. They have a requirement, like they want runtime validations without submitting. For example, in normal page, this what will happen once we click on the create or submit, it will our URL modified. So they
Mhm.
don't want to that. So with the help of JS, I just added, like validations, so that it could only be before submit it will call the validation. So that's
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I can show it to you, like if you want to see, just a minute. Yeah.
Oh no,
So
that's
like
fine. I was
here.
just curious.
Mhm.
That's
Okay. Mhm. Okay. So next is like how to create a users in the Apex. Like you can see shared components, and this is the thing, administration section. Next to search, click on this, click on the manage users and groups, and okay. So for now I have these users, right? So these are the users that I have. There are two kinds of users: end user, or the like workspace user, and I think developer. Workspace admin is something who is basically admin, super admins kind, like who have an access of the backend and the workspace. And developer means just a developer, and end users means who will not able to access this part, only able to access the front end part. That's the end user. So in Apex, how to create a users? So in custom authentication, if I need to log in, or if I need to create a user for Aman or Prachi, I can go to my this table, right, and do it entry over here, set the username and password, and then you will be able to log in, right? But in the Apex, if you're using the Apex authentication, then if you want to create an end user, you can just go to the create user, enter your username, email, and fill this form. Is user is a developer, yes or no? Just choose that, set some password, okay, then click on the create button. That's it. So if, for
this
example, like
is
you
a,
can create. Mhm.
this is a user for Apex within your own.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is like, but yeah, this is basically if I am using the Apex authentication and authorization. So same
Uh-huh.
email ID and password will help me to log into the front end and back end. But if
Yeah.
I am using the custom auth, then front end user will be created by a Maya table, but backend user like who wants to access this part, it will be still created with this table, like with user is a developer, something like that.
Mhm.
Okay. If we enter username, email address and click choose some passwords, like it will allow me to create the user, and that's it. Like this is how we can create a user. Okay.
Mhm.
Like this is very basic, like how to create the users. And whatever I just show it to you, like these things structure, right? This is the my structure that I have created, like wise page, each page, right? So similarly, if I will use the Apex authorization scheme, so Apex provides us access control list for that. Just below to this access control, application access control, right? So basically it will comes up basic three roles. This is very basic and easy to understand, like how uh, to manage the roles and users. It is just for each page, like there are basically three roles: reader, contributor, admin role. Three roles already provided by the Apex. So based on your requirement, you can add the usernames, like either the user is admin, user is contributor, or user is reader. This is nothing, just a same thing that I was talking about here, like these user groups and masters and all. So both are similar. Only difference is that if we are using if we want to use the Apex authorization scheme, then we can go with this approach. If we want to use the custom authorization scheme, we will use with this approach. But if there is additional custom, I mean, Azure Ready Directory or sign in, that is that is just a authentication, but authorization still we can manage within our application, right?
Mhm.
So we need to know how which user has which access. For example, if Azure already has a email like alex@gmail.com, but if he logged in, he will able to see just blank screen, nothing else, not this one, because it is not configured in my directory, like which is this one, right? It should have exist in my database as well, right? Because how my database will understand Azure already has the that email IDs or not. We need to anyhow pull the data. It could be one time pull with the help of APIs or syncing with the help of Oracle jobs, schedulers, and so on. But we somehow, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's like all for these authentication and authorization. Uh, so, I think like we have covered. Just I think fonts changed. I will download it again. So manual form, this one I think we have yeah, we have covered like manual forms, how to create the manual forms, and interactive grids I think not mentioned here, but we have covered that. That was newly like tabular forms we can say, right? So
Yeah.
Apex reports, action menu, checkboxes like Apex APIs, like Apex underscore item, these things like we have done, like theme roller we have done. We have a session. I was just going through page processing and rendering, like dynamic actions, validations, processing, after processing. I mean, done. But for now, like authorization, like we can say, marked as done. Authorization for now, like authorization, authentication. Data uploading we have covered. I think it is not mentioned here, but we have covered that as well. Oh, it's
Mhm.
mentioned. We have learned like how to do the data uploading with the within the Apex, and how to store it within server, how to take files from server, how to that kind of things like learn. So breadcrumbed, we have created some breadcrumbs. We have an idea via in shared components, right? Global
Mhm.
page items, we have seen some examples. Where to put global CSS, JavaScript, theme roller we can put. I have shown it to you, but there are other places we will see. These will tell you one, two more points where we can store like. So majorly, I think we need to, application workspace files. What are the differences between these two? We have learned functions. I have created one function, but let's see some more examples on the
Parser will
JavaScript
be
functions. Mhm. This embed with PL SQL. This will also we will see.
creating and uploading an Excel uploader and parser will be important.
See, that is see, Apex parser is what it is, just a utility of the Apex. I will show
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
For example, in Apex we can just once we I was trying to create one uploader that day. You remember? So
Hmm.
once that uploader will create, automatically you will see. Parser utility will be uh, parcel and data profilers. These are automatically enabled for each page. Like
Hmm.
it will be automatically enabled like this. Just a minute. Let's go to our application. So once, for example, let's create a one data uploading things. All will be automatically created. Yeah. Data loading, yeah, in the shared component. So firstly, like yeah. So once we choose the template or Excel, template table, for example, EMP. So this is kind of profiler like data we are creating. We need to upload the template, like which template we want to upload. Like for example, this contains emp number and employee name. Two details we have, I think. This C employee number and e name. So this is the column mapping. E name will map to the employee name, and employee number would be number, and it will map to this page. Create
Hmm.
data load. That's let's create a data load for it. It's just basic thing like first row will be for the headers, and it will
Yeah.
be skip, and these are comma delimiters, right? So, so you were saying, na, Aman, like you have your own custom code for the data upload, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Apex Parser is also do the similar kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
once we upload any file, so there could be a data parcel utility, like which will read the line by line
Mhm.
each for
Record.
example employee data. Yeah, it will for each record, it will take and get the data, like get column functions. So based on the whatever we defined, it will take directly from the files. Like for example, this could be your table. Directly take it XLS from table and run it like this one. It will automatically give it to you the dedicated results. Like This is the utility. I can send it. For example, try to do one thing. Create one, store one Excel file into your table, okay, and try to pull out the data just like this one. It will automatically parse the data and give it to you. See, is this
What is the code if you are?
code? Like, it could be very just a minute. It will runtime. It will automatically, based on the how many columns we have, it will automatically take based on the, it will automatically create the columns like this one, like 1 2 3 4, because
Hmm.
see, maybe you have 10 files and 10 files had different number of rows, right? So these are uh, constant, these are dynamically automatically taking its maximum limit. I think it is 200 something or 300 something, c0 to 1 2 5 6 7 8, up to 300 or 200. I need to check. There is a limitation up to, some uh, up to some point mark, like we can take. But this is how we can get the data, like directly we can in Apex only. Not if Apex is not configured, this will not run. But if Apex is configured, then you will able to see your bill of content, your file name, and your sheet name. Whatever sheet name is not required,
Hmm.
that's optional. But with these two, you will be able to see. Some interesting results. It will automatically, uh, you know, uh, there is no need to run. Line by line, it will automatically do all such things. Line number would be 1 2 3 4. So based on that, it will first one could be neglected as a header. From one we can say like this one, this will automatically, take the results like this one. Okay, I will email you this link.
Okay, yeah, that would be very helpful.
So once this uploader will be created, now automatically 4 5 pages will be created, and in front end you will see very good UI. Built in automatically by Apex, and you have to upload the file. It will do all the validations from their own based on the data set that we have. For example, if some field is defined as a not null, it will, not allow you to enter the data. It will show you the error, like there are some primary keys required, or some fields, required fields are missing. Data uploader, I think. Let me see if any application I have created data load. I can show it to you. Loading custom. Let's see if there is any. Okay, there is one data uploader. Okay, that's the configuration. Column. Data uploader. And what is this test? It is all. There is one data loader created on the uh, employee table. Okay, let's refer to this one and create one page. Data upload from here. Let's see what happened. Data loading. Okay. Data load. mm, File is not showing. Sorry. These are legacy data loads. I think these are not spotted now. These are showing as legacy data load. No
Hmm.
data load are defined within application. Sorry, go. Let me create one from this. Data load is basically nothing, just for example, you we if we want to upload some set of files, right? So that has some templates, right? What are the columns? It will basically store, what are the columns which will upload, right? From which table and what kind of file type it could be, right? For example, it's spotted format these. So I'm just uploading XLS type for, right? So it's just store, like it could be your basic format. Create data load. So you have all installed Apex, right, in your server?
Yeah,
Okay. So do you want to make a try on this one, like create a data load? Like,
it's on my work machine. Uh,
I mean, is this possible? Like now, if you want, so it will also practice. Like, is this possible or like not?
okay, it's on my work machine. What I will do is I'll.
Or you can do one thing. You can try. I mean, definitely try to
Hmm,
create this. And once it is created, try to upload a file based on the file that you just upload here
yeah,
on the front end. And if you face any challenges, difficulties, so in next call, start,
we
we
can
will
do that.
discuss that. Okay, and we
Hmm.
will perform that activity first. What do you
Okay,
think?
yeah,
Okay, that could be helpful, right?
yeah,
Okay. So basically, what is pending is like collections are pending. Like I need to give you uh, what are collections and how to use Apex collections. Like these are different from the PLC core collections. Like
hmm,
error handling, I need to tell you like how to handle how to handle, like how to catch the errors like which are not shown to UI. It could be or if something is taking long time, how to do performance tuning on that, right? So you need to understand the Apex processing, like how each component and how much time each component is taking, right? And then debugging things.
hmm,
Okay. And then app
yeah,
deployment is also pending. Yeah.
yeah. The debugging and error handling would be,
Yes. Debugging, error handling, these are important, and RESTful services.
yeah,
Uh,
restful. Yeah,
services is also important topic.
yeah,
So otherwise, like other things, like we have covered, like mostly.
yeah. I
Still
mean,
running.
this is the advanced, uh, but then so there are a lot of things in this that we haven't yet covered. So you mentioned done for the ones that we have covered, and the ones that you not mentioned done, we have to do those.
Which one? Like you can tell me.
Say collections,
Yeah,
responsive
yeah. We need
design,
to do. Yes. Collection we need to do.
yeah, and error handling,
Yeah, error handling. It is still like we need to do these. There
yeah,
could be a separate session on all these.
yeah,
Error handling, there is a session on that. There is a session on debugging. there is a session on collections. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, there is a session on, like, how to I mean debug from UI point of view. For example, especially in the US, uh, customers have iPads, right? And there is something like, I mean, how to do the testing on iPad. I mean, if you don't have iPad, how to do it from here, how to handle the media queries over there, right? So that's just point of CSS point of view. But yeah, this would be covered. These are
Mm-hmm.
still like with me, like I need to provide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like, so mostly in the data load point of view, I mean, we have covered, but you can try to create this from your side. So definitely we will take this up in the next session if there is any questions like this one. But this would be
Okay.
very interesting for you. I mean, if you do it from your now, so
Yeah.
that could be much beneficial for you and grateful. Like, but it is very easy. Once it is created, only you need to choose the data source and it will allow you automatically provide you the uploader, right? So just upload the file and see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.